Good morning. Good morning. I need my walk-up music. Got to have some music. I gotta figure out how to put some sort of uh I don't know what you call it, preview or something, or some music on here to get me fired up. A thunderstruck going, or little me and Julio, Kodachrome. Get into some oldies maybe. Charging my watch today, so I feel a little naked. That thing go. I haven't charged that since before we went to Texas. So that's that Garmin Phoenix 8. So need to stop putting that thing through the paces. Good morning, touring man. How are you today? One of these days I'll get your name. I probably know who you are, but oh man, yeah, we're live. We're live on Facebook. We're live on the YouTube. We're live on the Insta, and I'm just pulling that up right now. See if we can get to the Facebook. Dave Brackett is here. Wow, Brackett. Speaking of going hard in the paint, remember that time in the Kennebunk game, Brackett, when they pulled you off the bench late in the game? We were probably down 30. I don't know. Brackett gets the ball at the hash mark, throws it up, and the whole gym goes, no, yes. Nothing but net, baby. Nothing but net. So, yeah, greetings from Turkey. We're worldwide this morning. We are worldwide this morning. So, yeah, greetings, everyone. We've been watching that Bridgerton thing. Greetings, gentle reader. Oh, man, actually, it's changed how I the words in my head, how I speak. I'm like, I don't know how they talked like that back in the early 1800s and all that stuff, but they were doing some nasty stuff there too. Anyway, I digress. Josh Baker, how are you? Good to see you, my man. Yeah, Matthew Tolman, good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, and hey, some of you guys that are showing up every day, we got to get you into our community. So this is just a little taste, and it's exactly why I'm doing it, okay? Say, hey, what's it going to take to get you into our peak community or one of our edge communities in the school app, right? Just kind of dangling it in front of you. All right. Guys, this is only a 70 on the sleep score. 70, all right? And actually slept, I thought, pretty well. Jason Rector, how you doing? Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Let's get some. Woo! All right. Yeah, fired up this morning. How's Joel Bancroft? Good to see you. Jason Rector, Luke McGee, Matt Tolman, Josh Baker, Dave Brackett. Good to see you guys. Flipping over to the Insta. Yeah, touring man is here from Turkey. All right. Today we're going to talk about mastering the sales call. All right. Switching it up a little bit from Atomic Habits. Frankly, I was getting a little bored. And if I was, you probably were too. So we switch it up a little bit, go back to business. All right. We're going to talk about the sales call. Something I did for years without having any idea what I was doing, right? Good to see you, Joel. And whether you think you're in sales or not, you are, okay? Joel's a soccer coach. Joel's in sales every day. He's got athletes. He's got to get buy-in. Jason's in sales. He's building homes. Luke is in sales. He's an electrician. All of you guys are in sales, whether you think you are or not. I had a PM say that to me once. Well, I'm not in sales. You are in sales every single day. Every single day. So I'm going to walk you through today the winning structure of a good sales call from start to finish. All right. The best salespeople aren't the best talkers. They're the best listeners, says Jeffrey Gitomer, whoever he is, right? Best salespeople aren't the best talkers. They're the best listeners. If you're listening with the intent and all you're thinking about is what you're going to say next, you're a shitty listener. All right, so straighten that out. Stop doing that. Dive into what people have going on. Why does it matter? It's not about pushing a product. It's about solving problems. A guy told me this yesterday, and it made me think about doing this call today. What problem are you solving? If you can master the structure of a good sales call, you'll create more engaging conversations, uncover deeper needs, and close more deals, right? And as Dave will tell you, it's just about relationships, and it's about having a conversation. It's not about shooting the shit. It's about having a conversation and building that relationship, all right? So let's talk about 5 phases of a winning sales call. First is the preparation, setting yourself up for success. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your prep. Okay? I've been using that one a lot this week with a couple of variations. What to do before the call. Research the prospect. Who are they? Who is it you're talking to? What are their challenges? Have they interacted with your business before? Where did they come from? Set an agenda. What's the goal of the call? What's a good outcome? What's the next step you want them to take? I ask myself, what would be a home run here for me? And then when you get it, shut up, stop talking, stop selling. Prepare your key questions. Have a set of open-ended questions that help you uncover pain points and motive and the why, right? And then check that mindset. Approach the call with confidence and curiosity, not desperation. Guys don't see me come in here, every morning like this, kind of in the corner of my screen. Gotta go live today. No, getting fired up. Getting ready to freak some shit up. Let's break something so we can fix it. All right? Next is discovery. So we have preparation. Next, we're going to do discovery, the art of asking the right questions. Okay? The question phase should be about 80% of the call. Someone walked up to me at the booth at our recent trade show, said, "Hey, tell me a little bit about what you got going." I asked him a bunch of questions. I didn't say, "Well, I'm Bob. I do this and that, and I coach contractors, and I help people that are struggling with business and life." I didn't do all that. Tell me a little bit about what's going on. What's your business like? How are you? Okay? The art of asking the right questions. Okay? If you don't understand their needs, you can't position your solution effectively. You ever heard of active listening? Using these 2 things on the side of your head for something other than holding up your glasses. Okay? Use the Jason Rector's laughing right now. I know he is. Justin, how are you? Use the 80-20 rule, right? Listen 80% of the time, talk 20% of the time. That's why I love this live. I get to talk 100% of the time, right? We're having some fun this morning. Repeat back what they say. So what I'm hearing is, so it sounds like, so it feels like, da-da-da-da-da. It looks like repeating back what they say, or just kind of validating it, affirming it. Ask the deeper questions. Tell me more about that. How does that impact your business? What does that say to people when you ask those questions? It says you care. It says you're listening. It says you're dialed in. Here's some great examples of great discovery questions. What's your biggest challenge with X? And what problem does it solve? What's your biggest problem with that deck that's fallen off your house? Geez, wow. God, that looks in bad shape. What would happen if you didn't fix it this year? Whoa, there's a question. Now, what have you tried in the past? I mean, it looks like maybe you try to fix it here and there. What's worked and what didn't? What's worked and what hasn't? And then a very common mistake is jumping into pitching someone too soon instead of deeply understanding their needs. Get deep on their needs. Yeah, Dave says, how does it affect your day? Only 3 cups, Danielle, but a 70 on the sleep score, and it's Friday, so I'm coming for you. Well, fired up. I'm going to have to go out and run around the house a couple times after this one, right? Next one is presenting the solution. Make it about them. How can you package it up so that it's about them? Too many people talk about the features. Well, this is our Danielle, this is our flux capacitor. Nobody does it like us. We got all this and that. We'll knock your socks off, right? That's not how it goes. Customers care about outcomes. What problem are you going to solve? Tie your solution directly to what they just told you in the discovery phase. It's not rocket science. Dig, 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 Dave says. Peel that onion back. Peel the layers. The why. Hey, why? No, why does that happen? Oh, I'm curious about that. Tell me more about that. You don't have to say, well, how many kids you got and how old are they and what sports do they play? Make sure it fits the situation. If some guy's got a shirt on that says he's a soccer coach, then, hey, Joel, wow, you got a St. A's shirt on? Wow, yeah, my cousin went there. Wow, great school. Wow, did you know the new press secretary went there? Oh, yeah, wow. Oh, dialed in, right. Interesting. Okay, focus on the benefits, not the features, all right? Instead of saying our software has automated reporting, say this is going to save you 5 hours a week. What would it look like if I could give you 5 hours of your week back? And then use some storytelling. Yeah, one of my clients was in a similar situation, and after implementing this solution, they saw X result. So getting buy-in along the way. Does this sound like it would solve your challenge? Yes. Get those yeses, right? For God's sakes, don't say to somebody, does that make sense? All right. To me, there's nothing more insulting than somebody explaining something to me at a very basic level and then asking me if it makes sense. Yes, it makes sense. I'm not an idiot. That's what I'm saying, because I'm a high D on the disc scale. But that's exactly what I'm thinking and almost saying to you when you ask me, does that make sense? Of course it makes sense. How about handling objections? Turn a no into a yes. Sometimes no is not no. It's just not right now. And every sales call has objections, right? Ever gone into a car dealer? I'm not buying a freaking car today. I'm not buying anything. I'm not going home with it today. Doesn't matter what you tell me. Then you're driving home in that new car. You go, wow, that took a turn, right? Exactly. Because every sales call and experience has objections. The key is to expect them and handle them with confidence. You're just fielding ground balls. Boom. They're coming. They're coming. Here's some common objections in how to respond. This is too expensive. Compared to what? I get that sometimes, right? Shift focus to the value, not just the price. I get that sometimes, but here's what it does. I need to think about it. Get that one. I need to think about it. Well, what specifically would you like to think through? Is there anything I can help you to do to think through that? How about, we already work with someone for this. Well, what do you like about your current provider? Is there anything you wish was better? Like, find gaps in their current solution. What is it not doing for you? Is any needs it need? Actually, there is a thing. Boom. Starts to turn, right? Okay. And then on the closing is the last thing, right? Just ask for the next step. How many times do we not ask for the sale? A great sales call doesn't end with a maybe. It ends with a clear next step. Even if they are going to think about it. Hey, would it be when next week would it be a good time to circle back with you? Hey, if I don't hear from you on Tuesday, like you mentioned, would it be okay if I just give you a call by Wednesday, end of business day, just to check in? I don't want you to think I forgot about you. Right. Ways to close effectively. The direct one, right? Would you like to move forward with this? I've looked right at somebody before and said, hey, am I your guy? Right? Because they were asking me for more stuff, and they hadn't really told me I had the job yet. So we needed to clarify that. Hey, am I your guy here or what? Sounds like we're working together. Yeah, wow, it sounds like you'd like to move forward. Right? Then there's what they call the assumptive close. That's when would you like to get started? This week or next. We're making an assumption there, right? And then the commitment close. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that this is the solution for you? I don't love that one. Seems a little gamified, right? Seems a little like gimmicky, right? And if they say anything less than 10, ask what's missing, right? I don't like that, because then I feel like I'm in a script, and if you've had any kind of sales training at all, that you're getting scripted, right? Dave, how can we move forward? Yes. But did I ask the right questions? Are there any questions? Is there anything I'm forgetting to ask? I like that one. I do like that one. So I'll ask you guys, which phase of Tony, good to see you. Good to see you, man. Which phase of the sales call do you guys struggle with the most? Is it discovery, getting that info, right? Being patient. Is it, presenting, kind of stating, hey, this is what we're up to here? Is it handling the objections? Or is it the close? Or even worse, when somebody says, yes, we'd like to buy your stuff. Well, I think that's a really good idea, and this is why. Oh, don't do that. Or, great, let's get the contract. But before I do that, do you have any questions? Don't do that either. If they had questions, we can get those answered during all the other phases, right? Bubba Hogan says, it's all scripted. Yeah, you just have to know your script well to be good. You do. And you have to be fluid, right? Bubba, you have to know who you're talking to. It's not the same for everybody. Speaking of masters in sales, Bubba just jumped on. He runs, he's the Mid-South Pond dude out there in Memphis, and one of the best in the game at sales. And because he's so good at it, he was able to handle his back injury last year and have his company continue along. So this stuff is important, guys. All right. How about think about the last time you lost a sale? What do you think went wrong? Share your thoughts. You know, maybe we can troubleshoot that together. Hey, maybe you were one of three, right? For you contractor guys, how do you handle it when somebody says to you, yeah, I'm getting 3 prices? You know, it depends on where you are in your career, right? If you're new and you're hungry, you're like, well, hey, let me jump on that, throw my hat in the ring. But a better response might be, wow, it sounds like cost is the most important factor here. Well, no, I read the Sunday paper and they told me to get 3 prices because you guys are fucking crooks. Okay, got a trust issue, right? There you go. So you have some mountains to climb with this particular client, right? So before your next sales call, just take 5 minutes to research your prospect, set an agenda, write down 3 to 5 very powerful open-ended questions, and say, I'm going to drop this on these guys, right? Yeah, Matt Tolman says, I got a call right after this, creating a bathroom where there is none. Client says he's got $20K budget. Ain't no way. Okay, Matthew, I would challenge you this. Hey, let's just jump right into it. You mentioned, here's what I would do there. Real talk. All right. Hey, before we get started, you mentioned you had a hard stop at 20K. Is that still the case? Yeah. First of all, you just have a call, right? Yeah, you're not in the bathroom. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention that you've got a hard stop for a full bathroom at 20K. Is that still the case? Well, yeah, that's all we got. Geez, I'm not sure where we should go from here. Most of my projects for projects similar to that, most of my clients are spending between X and this, and I suspect it's probably somewhere between 40 and 100, 40 and let's say 40 and 80, right? And I would just simply say to them, where should we go from here? He does have $20,000 to spend, right? And you could do something for $20,000. So maybe that's what you talk about. I've used this line before and it's been very effective. So if I understand my mission correctly, it's really more of what can I provide for 20K than can we get a whole bathroom built out here? Well, yeah, because you want to be very careful not to insult someone on their budget. Be very careful about that because 20K is a lot of money. It is to me, and it might be to them. Might not be to you. Probably is. Okay, so I would try that on them. Do me a favor, put it back in the chat later today and let us know how it worked. Okay? Let us know how that worked. Just go right at it. Go right for the jugular on that one, right? Because otherwise you're going to piss away 30 or 40 minutes on that call talking about somebody's dream and they don't have the budget for it. Okay? The other stuff with this, guys, is practice. You guys that are in the contractor fight, you're doing sales role play calls, that's great. Keep doing that. You have a great program there. Dive into that and do it. Okay? But practice. Get with somebody. Hey, let me try it. Even if you're not in a sales group, you could join our community. I can help you with this stuff. But practice those things. Have somebody give you a bunch of objections. Jason says, listen, right? And then just refine your close. Refine your game. Take all the information you hear from all the sales training people and make it your own. Make it sound like it's you. Okay? Don't say things that wouldn't normally come out of your mouth, right? And then just commit to trying it on your next call. Yeah, good job. Good deal, Matt. I appreciate it. I hope that helps because a $20,000 project is better than one for zero or none for zero, right? Okay? So, guys, a great sales call is not about pushing, right? Back to the top of my notes here. It's not about pushing. It's about understanding, guiding, and solving problems. When you master those phases I spoke about, go back and watch this after. When you master those 5 phases, you not only close more deals, You build stronger relationships and long-term success all along the way. All right. I'll close with another quote. Sales is not about selling. It's about asking the right questions and providing the right answers. If you're driving down the road listening to this, think about how you do sales, how you interact. Yeah, Jason, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, and if you've got some calls lined up today or next week, pick one that you want to try some of this stuff on and improve. Commit to refining it. I've said some stuff on sales calls. I'm like, wow, that come out of my mouth. But I had the ability to do it because I practiced the skill. Okay. So I'd love to hear in the chat how you guys are trying to level up your sales game, what you're doing, where you're doing it, who you're doing it with. It's a diminishing skill. I can tell you that. It's a diminishing skill. I've worked a lot on it over the past 3 or 4 years. And when I get away from it for a little bit, the stuff doesn't roll off my tongue quite the way I'd like it to. Okay. So don't step out of the game. Stay in the game and keep selling. Keep asking those open-ended questions. Be very calculated in what you're doing. For God's sakes, don't sell past yes. When somebody says yes, you better get your pen out, right? Get them signed up. Take their money. Isn't that what it's all about? Making a sale? Okay? It's not about how you feel afterwards. It's about how they feel. People don't remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. Okay? All right. That's what I had on for sales today, guys. I appreciate you listening to that. I thought I'd switch it up a little bit from the habit stuff we've been talking about this week, but great book. We're going to talk about Tim Grover's stuff next week, Winning and Relentless. We'll bang around a few things from there and just check in and see how you guys are doing. But again, we're having an event on February 22nd in Portland, Maine. Please check it out. Okay. The guy asked me a hard question yesterday, and I was talking to him about ticket sales. He says, well, what problem are you solving? I go, huh. He said, people want to know what problem you're solving. So I would answer the question this way. I would say, we're getting people unstuck. If you're stuck in business, you're stuck in life, you're tired of the same old shit, get to our event on Saturday, February 22nd. I'm going to do another video this weekend. That'll be out next week. Give you guys something you can share with your friends and family and say, man, you got to get to this. If your 2025 is starting to look a lot like 2024, then let's talk. Let's get you to the event. Do something different. We got to put something different in the end of the funnel if we want different output at the end of the year. Financially, personally, however you want to feel, right? Okay. If you like these lives, I'm not doing them to get my heart rate up. I'm not doing them because they burn calories. I'm doing them to give you some exposure to what we do in our communities. We have the Edge on the school app. It's a free group. There's 120 people in it. Dip your toes in there. We jump it up a bit with the Edge Live, same app on school. Check it out. I'll put the link in here. $77 a month. Okay. Bi-weekly calls where we go even deeper on stuff like this. This is just scratching the surface, guys. If you like what you're hearing on these lives, we hit personal, professional, acts of service, legacy, all that stuff inside of our communities. So if you're tired of the same old shit, you're feeling stuck, you need to get in with us. Get in the right rooms. Jason's with us. Dave Brackett is with us. Some of the people on Bubba rolls with us. Just going back through some of the people that have been on this call. Luke McGee. Yeah. A lot of these guys jump on these calls because they like the environment. They enjoy seeing the team. We've got a community. There's some camaraderie, a lot of rapport. Some of these guys are getting together outside of our communities. So check it out. I'll put some links in the comments after the call if Wendy hasn't thrown them in already. But let's get in the right room. And that room is the Italian Heritage Center on Saturday, February 22nd. All right. Check us out. I'll put the link in the comments, as they say. Guys, have a good Friday. Have a tremendous Friday. Make it a great Friday. Make somebody's day. Run through the finish line. Let's not mail it in. Nothing new after 2. No more after 4. Ask yourself this. What would happen if I just stayed in the game through the whole day? Maybe just a little bit more. Maybe just did a little bit more than that other guy's going to do. All right. I love you guys. Appreciate you hanging in there with me this week. We've been juggling over here and getting Wendy moved around. She's doing great. No more of the oxy stuff and all that crap, the pain med stuff. She says, I'm like a cat with a yarn ball. So, yeah, Jason, I appreciate that. If you guys want to know what the Edge is all about, message Jason offline. I appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. If you do some sales, if something on this call helped you, pop it in the chat. And Matthew Tolman, you better check back in. I'm going to hunt you down and find out how that call went. All right, guys, have a great day. I appreciate you all. I'm out.